Hello and welcome. Big breaking news just now coming in. The International Cricket Council is unhappy with the installations of two giant screens at the Karachi Stadium. And they have asked the PCB to refund the tickets, the money paid by spectators for the Karachi Stadium, whoever had bought seats, because these two side screens are blocking the view. Devashish Sen, with the breaking story that we are getting from Pakistan at the moment, Pakistan was rejoicing about Gaddafi, but all of a sudden action shifts to Karachi, and what we are getting from Karachi is pretty bad news for Pakistan cricket. Devashish Sen, over to you. What are you
Yeah,
getting? Bhargi, you can tweet this as well.
yeah, absolutely, Boryada. I mean, the news that is coming from Karachi is that ICC is clearly, these are the visuals of the National Stadium in Karachi. So clearly, you could see that the installation, ICC is not happy with the installation of the two giant screens because it is blocking a section of the fans. So the fans who are seated just on top of those stands could not see the far end. So clearly, it is blocking the view of the general public who would be seated there. So clearly, it is too late now for the Pakistan Cricket Board officials or the officials in National Stadium to relocate the giant screen. So what we are getting to know is that ICC has categorically informed the PCB about their unhappiness, about the reservations of those giant screens. There are in fact two giant screens at the National Stadium in Karachi, and clearly a few section in those stands are blocking the view of the stadium because it is the giant screens are installed in such a manner that the top tier of those stands are covered on a few seats, and whoever has already purchased those tickets will be refunded. That is what I'm getting to know, Boryada.
This is the Karachi Stadium that you are seeing on screen. That was Shahid Hashmi reporting. He was giving us updates. But this is fascinating. Rohit Juglan also joins us. Vaibhav, Gargi, Rohit, Devashish obviously breaking that news. Rohit, what we are getting is what Devashish just broke from Pakistan. The ICC has asked the PCB to refund the spectators' money. Whoever had bought tickets for the Karachi Stadium, they are unhappy, the International Cricket Council, with two giant screens in the Karachi Stadium, and have asked them to refund money because they are blocking the views of the spectators. So clearly, a major lapse in the stadium already. As they were saying that we are ready 117 days in Lahore and all of that, we now get this news coming from Pakistan. This is going to be a big blow, Rohit Juglan, for Pakistan's credibility just days before the Champions Trophy, when they have been asked by the ICC to refund spectators their money from the Karachi Stadium. Rohit, your first thoughts?
Rightly said, Boryada, because I think 2 days ago I was having a chat with some Pakistani journalists, and they were saying that there were pillar obstructions also. It's not about the giant screen obstructions, but there were pillar obstructions and the platform obstructions also in the second tier. Means if you are sitting right under second tier, and if you are sitting right at the back, it was the the ceiling area of the upper platform which creating the obstruction. So there are two or three things. I was not aware of this side screen thing, because there are a very few chairs behind. If you see the side screen part, it was right at the very back, and after from there the viewing the chair capacity is not very much. So will they just take the chairs away from there and put it somewhere else, because they have some number of extending the capacity also, like we can do in Dubai also, 25,000 optimum capacity, and then maximize, you can do the maximize is 30,000. So there are similar kind of situation in Pakistan also, in different kind of in different venues. But what I am hearing, that it's not only about the side screens, but also the pillar obstructions and the ceiling obstructions also they are facing at this particular point of time. And yes, if the fans are not getting a proper view, particular view, if you can't shift them from a particular place where they can watch the game, then there is no need for the fans to pay that much, any amount for that matter. If you are paying 10 rupees also, why would you pay 10 rupees for that kind of arrangements which are done by the Pakistan Cricket Board? And that's because because you are completing it at the very last minute and you don't have anything for a trial purpose. This was an international match, and this was your full dress rehearsal also, from the ground point of view also, and from the point of view of spectators also. So it's still not started yet. And me and Shubhanda having a chat yesterday in the Hindi show, that we have to see this series, because there will be multiple incidents, like there is some kind of leakage from at certain point of time. There are ACs still getting fixed on, there are lights getting fixed on, there are different kind of furniture coming into the ground, there are all the interiors going on into the ground. So we are expecting this, that some kind of this problem will be created in between a game, be it outside the stadium. But it won't be a walk in the park for the Pakistani cricket administrators or for the Pakistani fans.
गार्गी, आपने आपने मुझे पहले कहा था कि एक ऐसा मैच था, राइट, वेयर यू वेंट एंड यू वर सिटिंग राइट बिहाइंड द पिलर एंड योर एंटायर एक्सपीरियंस was destroyed. As a fan, as a spectator, you've had this kind of an experience. I remember you telling me either in Australia or in Calcutta when you were here. So
Yeah.
this is something that Devashish, what he just mentioned, what Rohit is also talking about, that fan experience. I mean, for God's sake, you've been doing this after 24 odd years for fans, and you still mess it up. You mess it up like this, and now the ICC has had to tell you that we are unhappy about it. This is news that will become viral, because Devashish just put it out, as I said, tweet it out. Pakistan once again landing itself in trouble by kind of invoking the ICC's ire. Gargi, your thoughts? The fans will be disillusioned, frustrated, upset. Why would you make such a basic mistake in a stadium, Gargi?
This is a disgrace. I mean, how do you, while constructing a giant side screen, not realize that you're obstructing the view of fans or the seats behind the side screen? I don't understand how that did not come to attention of the PCB before they actually said, that this much work is complete, 99% work is complete, or this or that. Before they even released the statements as well, that work is complete, this and that. It's an absolute disgrace, is all I'm saying. And I remember I told you this story about, this was in Kotla, where my half my view was blocked by a pillar. And what usually happens is, when you go for concerts or when you go for games, I've seen this happen internationally, where they specifically mention that it's an obstructed view seat, so you actually get it much cheaper. It is also listed much cheaper as well. So if you're not doing that, you're just casually lying to your fans. Imagine you're traveling from a different country, you're traveling from a different city, and you've taken that one seat behind the side screen because you want to watch the match at a certain angle, and you realize that you can't even watch it. What's the point there? And you have been lied to by the PCP. And how does PCB not realize that the side screen is blocking the view? This is an
She's
absolute
spot
disgrace.
on, Vaibhav. She's spot on, because if you take a look at international ticketing, आपको लिखा हुआ दिखेगा कि obstructed view, except and उसका pricing at least 60 to 70% कम होता है. आप टिकटेक में जाके देखो, इंटरनेशनल कॉन्सर्ट्स में जाके देखो, कहीं भी जाके देखो, आपको ये दिख जाएगा. In fact, I've bought such seats in the past when I've just wanted an entry for a certain person who did not want to watch but wanted to enter to meet a couple of people. So there are these kind of options as well. But coming to Pakistan, Vaibhav, 10 days left. Today is the 7th of February. 10 days left. You're inaugurating it with much fanfare. Today you're inaugurating Lahore, and all of a sudden this bomb springs on you. Karachi is not properly done. ICC is unhappy, as Devashish said. How does Pakistan take this? Because the whole world would be laughing at them again.
The world is laughing, or the world, I think, already is laughing. Every board, they must be like South Africa and New Zealand are there in Pakistan. They will be playing a tri series which starts tomorrow, and they will be looking at the ground conditions, and they will be wondering, we are going to play a marquee event like an ICC tournament here in Pakistan when the grounds are not even ready. So I think it's a, like Gargi said, it's a disgrace for Pakistan. And what else you expect from PCB? I have said this a number of times that they were busy. They were busy. They were busy, having that negotiations with ICC when it comes to hybrid model. They were busy in discussing the hybrid model, how they can bring India to Pakistan and play them. And they did not spend much of the time in monitoring the progress of their stadiums. So this is what happens when you keep things for the last. This is what happens. And no, absolutely, the Pakistan Cricket Board is in shambles, and I think ICC did the right thing for by asking PCB to refund the tickets to the fans.
Now, on this whole thing, the ICC sort of, having to rebuke at one level Mohsin Naqvi. If you see the build-up, today's Lahore Stadium, you will see senior journalists writing Mohsin Naqvi has kind of done an incredible job. It is all Mohsin Naqvi who has put Pakistan on the map. Clearly, we talk about PR. This is massive PR going on as far as Mohsin Naqvi is concerned. You are talking about 117 days. You are not talking about the fact that between February and October, Mr. Naqvi and his team was quiet. They should have started the construction way before, not 117 days. Why do you want to take 117 days only? You have 4 years in front of you. Mohsin Naqvi came last January, I think 23rd of January, or whenever he took over. So from February, he should have started work. But this will come as a big blow for Mohsin Naqvi's credibility also. Naman Suri.
Yeah, it definitely will. I mean, if you're too concerned, I mean, if it actually mattered to you, you would have started it way earlier. It didn't matter to you that it will put the country's reputation in jeopardy. It will hamper the entertainment that the fans were looking out for. I mean, it actually didn't matter to him or the PCB at all. They were rushing the things at the last moment. It was obviously going to happen that the infrastructure, the architecture that they were looking out for was going to do some kind of mishap, and this Devashi surge which he broke, the news which he broke, is actually very embarrassing for a country like Pakistan who who believes that they are very good at cricket, and hosting a tournament like this was their moment to tell the world that they are becoming getting back to the world, to become the center of the world or something like that. But it's very embarrassing for Pakistan to do such things, and it really didn't matter for them.
भाविक, तेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं लिया जाता है इसीलिए तू स्पैम कर रहा है यार. तू चैंपियन है. चल, तेरा सवाल तो ले लिया मैंने. We are talking about Pakistan. We will come back to you in a bit. But Devashish, you are talking about a 117-day miracle. At one level, multiple deadlines have been missed. That is the ground reality. Whether it is December, whether it is January, today is 7th of February. At the same time, your Karachi Stadium clearly has issues like you've just broken. Set it up. I mean, Pakistan celebrating the opening of Gaddafi Stadium as if it's the greatest stadium in the world. You see the videos online, on social media, you will see the PR exercise going on. But how will they react? Or will this news be gagged? Now this Karachi Stadium news be gagged because Rohit Juglan said he heard something day before yesterday. Nothing was in the media. You've heard something now. Will this be in the media? We don't know yet. Devashish Sen, will Pakistan now get into action and gag this, the International Cricket Council order?
That has been the case, Moriada, in recent times, where whatever negative news that has been brought, it has been put to rest by the higher authorities in the Pakistan Cricket Board. And trust me, this will also be not be allowed to put in front of the media. Luckily, one of our well-wishers, who we know very closely, has shared the news. And it was very, very humorous to look at the visual. One of the video that is shared on the social media, the security drill at the Lahore Gaddafi Stadium. Clearly, you have a moat which is 7 feet, and no, not the one that is in Mohali Stadium. I'm talking about the older stadium in Mohali. So there's a huge moat, and then you have people running in from every corners. Means throwing away imagine that the crowd may have infiltrated. So what are you even thinking? So clearly it shows that you are not sure about the security. People, you mean to say that people will still go into the ground and play spoil sport? So it was, you just go, everyone just go and have a look at the video. The security drills at the Gaddafi Stadium. People running here and there from all the corners and throwing people out. Despite there's a huge moat of almost 7 feet. Means hardly a normal human being cannot climb. and there's a huge gap also. So clearly, what is Pakistan Cricket Board trying to do, and the visuals that we have seen, it stands nowhere near nowhere near in any of our top cricket stadiums. They might say that their Gaddafi Stadium is one of the best. It's a spectacular stadium. Hardly there's any spectacular about a thing about Gaddafi Stadium. So you talk about a Wankhede Stadium or a Eden Gardens or a Narendra Modi Stadium. They are far more superior than what Gaddafi Stadium is. So Pakistani YouTubers, Pakistani media, Pakistani fans, I'm sorry, unfortunately, the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore does not even look spectacular.
यार रोहित जुगलान, मैंने ये तो वीडियो देखा नहीं है, माय इग्नोरेंस, बट आपने अगर देखा होगा तो ये क्या हो रहा है यार? एक तरफ आप कार्टूनगिरी कर रहे हो, आई मीन यू आर डूइंग व्हाट सिक्योरिटी ड्रिल देवाशीष इज सेइंग, एंड दूसरा तरफ आपका कराची भी खत्म नहीं हुआ। पहले तो ये लग रहा था कि पिंडी और कराची तो खत्म हो जाएगा, आपने लाहौर फाइनली 7th को शुरू किया है, आप बोल रहे हो हर दिन कंस्ट्रक्शन चलता रहेगा, एसी आ जाएगा, इंटीरियर का काम होगा, लाइट आ जाएगा, फैन आ जाएगा, इलेक्ट्रिशियन आ जाएगा, ये हो क्या रहा है? 10 दिन बाकी है टूर्नामेंट का। आई मीन कभी तो खत्म क्या करो, कुछ तो करो यार, कुछ तो ढंग से करो, प्रोफेशनली करो। व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? आई मीन व्हाट इज, एंड देन यू आर टेलिंग द वर्ल्ड दैट वी हैव डन सम इनक्रेडिबल कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्क व्हिच द वर्ल्ड विल लुक एट। दिस इज द jewel in cricket's crown. Can you explain to me, Rohit Juglan, what is going on in Pakistan? I am told you've got a lot of friends.
No, yes, I have friends there, but it's not like that. Means, look, the security video is obviously a drill which you have to follow, because in subcontinent, specifically in subcontinent, I'm not talking only about subcontinent, but England, we saw last time around that Jarvo coming into the ground and the whole of the security racing towards the Indian cricketers. In Chennai again we saw Javo. So and now in Delhi also, last day of the Ranji Trophy game where Virat Kohli was playing, I saw there and shared the pictures also. We discussed in the afternoon show also that day that 3 of the fans simultaneously going into the ground. It was not a similar situation at this particular point of time. So in Pakistan, they were also concerned about this, that what if there is a fan who was crossed the boundaries, crossed the restriction area and just went into the ground towards the player. Suppose anyone, be it Babar Azam, be it Rizwan, anyone. So I think they were just practicing that, from how we can from all around the ground can grab that particular particular person or fan or anyone else. And in football we see the Messi security person, he was already there at near the dugout, and as soon as he see anyone running towards Messi, he started running. I'm not comparing anyone here with Lionel Messi and his kind of stardom, but I'm just trying to trying to think that what actually the Pakistani security personnel is trying to do. Firstly, there was a lot of eyeballs, in particular in Pakistan, that you don't want to do anything which can be an inch dangerous for a cricketer. So I totally understand that with that security drill, where they are coming from, because there were a lot of fingers pointing out towards them, be it about the stadium, be it about the security, be it about the infrastructure. So if anything like that happen, if any such situation arises, it will again be the similar kind of situation that we will ask questions from Pakistan. So they are trying their best as far as that security drill is concerned. And after that, I think what will Pakistan do, Buryada? Because now look, ICC know that they can't do anything. ICC cannot change the host country, the Pakistan, because they don't have the time limit. They've already sacked the CEO, if I'm right. That's the CEO part, where they have already sacked the person, and now they know that apart from Pakistan they can't do anything. So what Pakistan is doing, they are doing their PR, they are uploading the videos, they are saying, look what we have done, we have created this wonderful structure here. They have uploaded a time lapse also. Last evening they have uploaded a PCB on their Twitter ID. They have uploaded a time lapse also. So they are just trying to tell the world that we are ready. But whenever I was talking to Pakistani people, the reporters in Pakistan, they between the lines, if you read them, you will get to know that it's still in the process. It's still in the process of working, and ICC cannot do anything. ICC, if they will give the Lahore Stadium to ICC on 21, they have to take it. Otherwise, they don't have any kind of option. But the work is still on. It's the outer which we are seeing that yes, it's completely ready, but interior wise, that's why they've stopped their YouTubers also. Now the YouTuber can visit weekly. Earlier there used to be every day a show. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and like day 180, day 181. Now they have allowed, from last 1 month, they have allowed their YouTubers also. You can't go inside, you can't shoot more than one video a week. This is your area, you can only show this. Now they can't show you the inner pictures. Earlier they used to cover the inner side of the stadium and the structure also. Now what they are showing you is the outer part of the structure. So the inner part of the structure, it's still work in the progress.
Okay. Let me also give you some news that are coming. That's coming from Pakistan cricket. They are reviewing their Champions Trophy selection. They are reviewing their squad, and I am told that Kashmir boy Sufyan Mukim, left arm like Kuldeep Yadav, is coming into the team. He's coming in place of Tahir. And this guy, if you remember, had a bust up with Abhishek Sharma in the emerging Asia Cup. He's being brought, but Rashid Latif has said that this is a political selection. So that has also started, that this is a political selection as far as Rashid Latif is concerned. So this is what is going on as far as the Pakistan team is concerned. But Gargi Raut, what Rohit Juglan just said, on the one hand, your team is being termed as political by your former players. Your stadium people are not allowed, journalists are not allowed, your YouTubers, who are basically an extension of your board, they are cheerleaders of your board, they are also not allowed. What is going on? I mean, this tournament is fast becoming a charade. Absolute charade. Gargi Raut.
On today's episode of How to Mess Things Up, what more can go wrong by the PCB? I think this is how you should title this entire Champions Trophy, because at this point, what is even going on? Yes, Devashish?
I just want to share an update. It's not related to cricket. It's related to football. FIFA has banned Pakistan Football Association.
Oh my
So clearly, lot of embarrassment when it comes to sports in Pakistan. FIFA has banned Pakistan Football Federation. So what more can you ask for? So they're already.
What did they do? They've stolen money or what?
I don't know the news, but I just got the news on my timeline, and this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for the sport in Pakistan. So now their football federation is banned by FIFA.
Very good. Gargi, continue.
Like I said, what more can go wrong on today's episode by PCB?
But on a serious note, Vaibhav, if something does go wrong, Rohit was saying air conditions would be installed, X would be done, Y would be done. Suppose some stand, God forbid there's an accident, something falls, something breaks, because this is all last minute work. You have pushed your constructors and whoever, your plumbers and mechanics and जितना भी ये लोग हैं, उनको आपने पुश करके जल्दी से कर दिया है. हमको सबको पता है कि 100 दिन में आप नहीं कर सकते हो. And despite all this fog shock, whatever, suppose there is an accident, where does the PCB stand? Where does the ICC stand? Is this a risk, Vaibhav Tripathi?
It's a big risk. It's a big risk, and if any mishap happens, then ICC, as I said, once the Champions Trophy is concerned, they should take a review meeting of all what has happened. Take a review from right from the media person to the spectators and everyone. Take a proper debrief of how the Champions Trophy was conducted, and then decide whether you want to give another ICC tournament to Pakistan or not in future. Because if they continue to do so, the last minute prep, the last minute construction work, and if even when the deadlines are extended and still you are having a board in front of the stands, in front of the spectator seat, then ICC will think twice, thrice, 100 times before giving another ICC tournament to Pakistan. Means I don't know. I'm short of words when it comes to speaking about Pakistan cricket, PCB. They want to portray themselves like we are in a condition to host big nations. We can host big tournaments, but in reality, we know that they are not even ready to host PSL. The ground conditions and everything is such that they are not even ready to host their own domestic tournaments.
Yeah, Anshu, we've all seen Steve Smith got the 100 and brilliant, right? I mean, 400s in 5 test matches, no taking away from the fact that he's an absolute genius. He's a genius. Alex Carey also got 100 from 120 odd for three, rather 100 for three. They are, at 280 for three. We've seen that, but quite disappointed with Sri Lanka. I mean, Sri Lanka on home ground failing to do anything is quite disappointing, including Prabhat Jayasuriya and Nissan Paris and some of the other players. But Steve Smith, as you rightly say, has been phenomenal. But Naman, coming back to the subject at hand, 15 days left. Not even 15. Today's what? 7. So 12 days left for the Champions Trophy. ICC chairman Jai Shah, is that a kind of cushion that Pakistan is now hiding behind? They know that if ICC becomes strong, they'll say, "Arey, an Indian is at the helm. That is why they are putting all this on us." So Jai will have to be perhaps soft because he's an Indian. Is this something that Pakistan is taking advantage of, Naman Suri?
I mean, they will always be blaming the anything on India, however it may be. If it's ICC head is an Indian or not, they either case they have been blaming the Indian media for falsely stating out that the stadiums are not ready, but in fact they are not ready. So why are you hiding? I mean, it's obviously India is to be blamed for everything when it comes to Pakistan. And if I just add, FIFA banned Pakistan because they have failed to ensure the fair and democratic elections of their body. So, I mean, sports has just been on the down for Pakistan at this point.
Rohit Juglan, in an objective manner, please be objective and give us a real sense of where it is. Is Pindi ready? Will Karachi be ready after this? So what Devashish just said. This is a disgrace. Will they get it right? Will Lahore actually be ready, or like you are saying, till the very last moment, kuch na kuch hota rahega? Champions Trophy, give us a real sense. No reason for sensationalism, no jingoism, nothing. Give us an objective, real sense from what you know कि हो क्या रहा है.
हो यही रहा है बुरियादा कि मतलब कुछ छोटे मोटे जैसे मैच पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. पाकिस्तान में कोई आपको ये नहीं बताएगा, मतलब ऑब्वियसली ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड सब बताएंगे बट शायद ऑन रिकॉर्ड कोई ना बताए. लेकिन यही बात चल रही है कि ऑब्वियसली छोटे मोटे काम जो हैं खास तौर पे लाहौर में, बिकॉज वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं था कि आप लाहौर का वो जब उन्होंने, मैं आप बार बार ये कहता आया हूं शो में कि जब उन्होंने वो स्ट्रक्चर गिराया, सिर्फ एक साइड का स्ट्रक्चर गिराया, और वो हर कोई वो टाइम लैप्स में जाके देख सकता है कि किस तरीके से वो स्ट्रक्चर जब गिरा, तो उनको उसी समय पे ये चीज समझ में आ गई थी कि ये हमारे लिए रेस अगेंस्ट टाइम होने वाला है. उसके बाद 14-15 दिन उनके कुछ बारिश ने खराब किए, और फॉग का तो जैसा आपने भी कहा था उस दिन की, ये कोई कोई सडनली थोड़ी आ जाता है. सबको पता है जैन फैब में नॉर्दर्न पार्ट ऑफ एशिया कहीं पर भी आप स्ट्रक्चर देखेंगे तो वो फॉग तो रहेगा ही वहां पे. सो उनको ये चीज पहले से पता थी, बट जब वो बारिश ने भी दिन कुछ खराब कर दिए तो दे नो कि वो डिलीवर नहीं कर पाएंगे इसे. वो 31 दिसंबर छोड़ दीजिए, 25 जनवरी तक भी डिलीवर नहीं कर पाएंगे, और वही एग्जैक्टली हुआ भी. 30 तारीख तक उन्होंने आउटर स्ट्रक्चर तैयार कर लिया था, 30-31 तारीख तक. उसके बाद उन्होंने बाहर की क्लीनिंग शुरू करी. कल अगर आप देखेंगे जब उन्होंने हैंड ओवर करना था और एक फॉर्मल तरह की एक सॉफ्ट लॉन्चिंग होनी थी स्टेडियम की, तो अभी जो उन्होंने वो सड़क पे जो हम कहते हैं कि वो जो डामर भी डाला है, जो तारकोल से जो सड़क बनती है, वो भी बहुत फ्रेश है. अभी वो अभी ऐसा लग रहा है कि बस ओवरनाइट काम हुआ है और सुबह आपको वो सड़क चलती फिरती मिल गई है. तो वो जो लाहौर का स्टेडियम है उसके दो तरफ से रास्ते आते हैं, और वो दोनों तरफ से आपने उस पर बिल्कुल फ्रेश काम किया हुआ है. सो जब आप उसको देख रहे हैं तो आपको ये पता चल रहा है कि चीजें अभी चलती रहेंगी, और चीजें चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के खत्म होने के बाद भी चलती रहेंगी. जो अपर टीयर्स है उनका काम तो बिल्कुल पूरी तरीके से रोक दिया गया है, क्योंकि वो उन्हें पता था कि वो पूरा नहीं कर पाएंगे. अभी आप सिर्फ वही पूरा कर दे रहे हो, और वो भी जैसा मैंने कहा कि जब तक कि आप आईसीसी मैच नहीं करा लेते. अभी आपने क्या किया है, अभी आपने दोनों टीमों के ड्रेसिंग रूम रेडी कर दिए, बिकॉज आपने ये ग्राउंड मांगा ही इसलिए था क्योंकि ये ट्राई नेशन सीरीज जो है वो इस ग्राउंड पर, अदरवाइज इस ग्राउंड पे नहीं हो रही थी ये सीरीज जा रही थी मुल्तान, ये मैच हो रहे थे मुल्तान में, बट आपने इसको मांगा कि हमें इस जगह पर ये मैचेस दीजिए. तो अभी जैसे आपको अवे ड्रेसिंग रूम और होम ड्रेसिंग रूम रेडी रखना है, अभी जैसे आपको जो आईसीसी ऑफिशियल्स के बैठने की जगह है उसको तैयार रखना है. बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट कि वो कॉर्पोरेट बॉक्सेस पूरी तरीके से तैयार हो जाएंगे, वो पर्टिकुलर जो इनक्लोजर्स हैं वो तैयार हो जाएंगे, या जो हाई फैसिलिटी सेंटर्स वहां पे तैयार, हाई फैसिलिटी जो मॉडर्न डे की सुविधाएं हैं, जिसकी हम थोड़ी सी कल्पना, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं कि वो बिल्कुल एक अहमदाबाद स्टेडियम वाली चीज रिक्रिएट कर देंगे, बट सपोज अगर उन्होंने प्लेयर्स के लिए कोई स्पा रखा हुआ है, या फिर अगर उन्होंने ये रखा हुआ है कि ये सोना होगा प्लेयर्स के लिए, अगर इस तरह की कोई सुविधाएं हैं, तो वो एक वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस है। इस समय पर जो इंटरनली चीजें हैं वो एक वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस है, और उसमें फर्नीचर जैसी चीजें भी है, इलेक्ट्रिक आइटम जैसी चीजें भी है, उसमें आपके वो तमाम चीज भी है जैसे आप मिसलिनियस एक्सपेंसेस के तौर पर जोड़ते हो, डेकोरेटरी आइटम भी है आपको, जो उसको उसको एक एक चमक धमक देनी है, वो भी उसका पार्ट है। अभी सिर्फ आपने अंदर से लिपाई पुताई कर दी और इस तरीके से चीजों को तैयार कर दिया है कि यहाँ पर एक इंटरनेशनल टीम आ रही है तो वो बैठ सके, उठ सके, टॉयलेट्स यूज कर सके, सारा का सारा जो ड्रेनेज है वो यूज हो सके। इसके अलावा आप चीजों को अभी भी बेहतर कर रहे हो, और ये चीजें चलती रहेंगी, ये चीजें चलती रहेंगी। ये चीजें मेरे ख्याल से 12 तारीख तक तो नहीं रुकेंगी। 12 तारीख को ही जो मुझे सुनने में आया है वो दुबई को भी हैंड ओवर करना है 12 तारीख के बाद। 12 तारीख से दुबई के जो स्टेडियम है वो आईसीसी ले लेगा, और यहां पर भी जो है वो 12 तारीख के बाद जो है वो टेक ओवर करने की स्थिति में, अगर ये लोग देने की स्थिति में रहे तो देंगे, वरना नहीं दे पाएंगे स्टेडियम्स को। और आईसीसी इस पर क्या कर सकता है? अब आईसीसी को पता है कि हम कहीं और अभी टूर्नामेंट लेके नहीं जा सकते, तो 12 की जगह 14 हो, 15 हो, 20 हो, 22 को पहला मैच है लाहौर में, उससे पहले अगर ये कर दे दे तैयार तो बहुत अच्छा है। अदरवाइज क्या कर लेगा आईसीसी? कर क्या पाएगा आईसीसी को? क्योंकि ये आईसीसी ने ही तो चुना है ना। आईसीसी लगातार देख भी रहा था, आईसीसी ने न्यूयॉर्क भी देखा था, आईसीसी ने पाकिस्तान भी देख लिया है, आईसीसी वहां भी कुछ नहीं कर पाया था, आईसीसी अभी भी अपनी तरह से पूरी कोशिश कर रहा है। तो उसके अलावा, और ये सारी चीजें जय शाह साहब के आने से पहले हो चुकी है, इसीलिए मेरा सवाल उनकी तरफ भी नहीं है कि जय शाह क्या कर रहे हैं या जय शाह को अकाउंटेबल, क्योंकि वो तो अभी 1 महीने पहले आया है। तो जो लोग पहले थे वो लोग ट्रांसफर ऑफ अथॉरिटी और डेलीगेट तो करके चले गए कि भाई ये देख लीजिएगा, बट अब कर क्या सकते हो? अब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते।
एक्चुअली वो आने के बाद तो बोलेंगे कि 100 दिन में, तो मोहसिन नकवी कहेगा कि 100 दिन में तो काम हो चुका है, एटलीस्ट कुछ तो हुआ है। चलो जय शाह दिसंबर से काम आईसीसी थमा,
जय शाह के
उसके
आने के बाद आपने 1 हफ्ते में कम से कम ये फैसला तो ले लिया कि कहां जा रहा है टूर्नामेंट। अदरवाइज जय शाह के आने से पहले ये था कि टूर्नामेंट के बारे में आपको पता भी नहीं था कि
वो
ये
तो कोई
हाइब्रिड मॉडल क्या होगा, आगे का फ्यूचर क्या होगा। एटलीस्ट विद इन अ वीक आपको ये क्लैरिटी मिल गई थी कि टूर्नामेंट किस तरफ जाएगा। आई थिंक 5 तारीख को या 4 तारीख को उन्होंने चेयर ली थी, और ब्रिस्बेन टेस्ट खत्म होते होते ये फैसला आ गया था कि
चलो कई लोग हमें ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि बाराबाटी स्टेडियम में चेयर्स नहीं है, सीमेंट फ्लोर्स है, फैंस आर गेटिंग इनकन्वीनियंस्ड। आई सॉ मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस, वियान and Proshenjit and people. Shomik is on his way to Qatar. Let us be very clear on this. If the stadium is not good, we will report that. We are not
कानपुर में
Pakistan.
भी ऐसा ही था, कानपुर में भी हमने रिपोर्ट किया था,
हम
कानपुर में
100%
चेयर्स
रिपोर्ट
में बैठे
करेंगे।
हुए थे लोग।
अगर कानपुर हो या कोलकाता हो या बाराबाटी हो या कोटला हो या मुंबई हो, कहीं भी कुछ होगा हम रिपोर्ट करेंगे, हमें कोई नहीं रोक सकता है। आई मीन ये एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर है। हम लोग इंडिया में डेमोक्रेटिकली वी आर विद इन आवर राइट्स टू रिपोर्ट एंड वी विल प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट lack of facilities for fans. Make no mistake. Somebody asked a question about Commonwealth Games in 2010. I have a whole book written on that. I did some 200 pieces, at that point in time for the Times of India. Every single day I used to write, every day, saying this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. So nobody can stop the Indian media from projecting the right picture. Have you seen one critical piece coming out of Pakistan except that Dawn article? No, not one word. Even now, Devashish Sen got his news from a Pakistani source. Rohit Juglan got his news from a Pakistani source. Gargi Raut will get her news from a Pakistani source. Will that Pakistani source have the courage to come and say it in a public platform? No. No. Because the moment he or she says it, their accreditation will be revoked, they will be penalized, some action will be taken. So there are problems. So don't compare. Don't, for God's sake, compare India to Pakistan. Gargi, your thoughts on that?
When it comes to the side screen issue, when it comes to the Karachi Stadium issue, one point that I wanted to bring up, which I forgot to speak about, was the fact that why did it take ICC's intervention for PCB to realize that the view was blocked? That is my number one concern. What was the PCB doing? What were the officials or anyone who was involved with that construction or installation? What were they doing, and why was the fans' experience not a part of consideration when it comes to installing those side screen? That is a huge concern when you think about what PCB's priorities are. Is it fan experience, or is it just getting your work done? It at this point it seems like they just want to get the work done, wrap up everything, and just hand it over to the ICC and say, okay boss, we've done this. And that's what's happening, right? 117 days, 110 days, it's almost like a countdown, which was not even necessary in the first place. Rohit also spoke about that there were some delays because of fog and rain and this and that, but you knew that you were hosting this tournament since the past 3 years. So what was stopping you from starting this construction or starting the renovations a long while back? Even if you had started, let's say, mid last year, you could have comfortably gotten everything done. But that did not happen. We don't know if it was because they were confused about the fact that will it be hybrid model, will it not be hybrid model, or whatever. At least your venues were confirmed, at least you knew what stadiums you were going to use. What was stopping you from starting this 6 months back? You could have comfortably gotten everything done. That's just all I have to say.
Devashish, a lot of people are saying Eden Gardens also. You and I have reported. Gargi, when she was here, we reported all of the about filthy toilets, about smelly toilets. Every time there has been an issue, we have reported that, brought it to light. My problem with Pakistan is the media, unfortunately, has no power to report what is the truth. They will pass on, whispers will happen, off the record will happen, all of these stories will come out, but nobody in Pakistan will put it on their byline. And that is the ground reality. Now this ICC story, will it be put out by ICC sources? Will the ICC issue some kind of a release? We don't know, because strangely we have not heard any update except the Mohsin Naqvi, world's greatest administrator, social media updates that we have been seeing, Devashish. Nothing has come out of Pakistan.
Yeah, you won't be getting any negative news from Pakistan. That is taken for granted. Means obviously, only thing that will be highlighted is when the stadium is ready. And today, everywhere, if you look at that Pakistani media, there is lot of social media posts on the Lahore Stadium getting inaugurated just in a few hours from now. It is supposed to be inaugurated at 7 p.m. There will be some fireworks and light shows and stuff like that, with the prime ministers being there. But clearly, these are all superficial visuals. Means what we can see from outside. But as Rohit said, means what is the inside truth, we won't be able to get to know, because we are here in India. It is even the Pakistani media is not allowed. So how on earth can we get to know until and unless it is being shared with us? So I think and everything means obviously clearly Mohsin Naqvi should be grateful, and indeed he is, by the act of feeding 1,500 workers for lunch, दावत दे रहा है, because उन्होंने 117 दिन में लाहौर का गद्दाफी स्टेडियम खत्म कर दिया. वाह, ये तो आपको पहले कर देना चाहिए था, because the work only started in October. So now you are means obviously you are treating the workers who work day and night in completing the stadium. And so clearly it states that you are lackadaisical in your approach of getting the stadium ready, missing multiple deadlines. So Pakistan Cricket Board has faced a lot of embarrassment, and now what is being learned from the national stadium, it is even sorry state of affairs.
क्लोजिंग कमेंट्स ले लेते हैं, बिकॉज मैंने सोचा था रोहित शर्मा पे भी अलग से डिस्कस करेंगे, बट आज शायद अभी टाइम नहीं होगा. बाद में कल शायद 5 बजे रोहित शर्मा पे अलग से शो करेंगे हम लोग, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली रोहित शर्मा का फॉर्म बहुत ही अलार्मिंग हो चुका है. आई मीन, व्हाट विल इंडिया डू विद रोहित शर्मा इफ रोहित डजंट गेट रन्स? व्हाट विल ही डू विद हिमसेल्फ? विल द प्रेशर माउंट? ये अलग से हम लोग कल शो करेंगे, एंड वी विल गिव यू एन अपडेट promise about the Baramati Stadium, because Shomik is reaching today at 9 p.m. He's reaching Cuttack, so we will make sure that Shomik gives us all the updates from the Baramati Stadium, and if there are criticisms to be mounted, we will mount them. But as far as Pakistan is concerned, 1 hour from now, the Lahore Stadium will be inaugurated. Rohit Juglan, hand on heart, do you think the Champions Trophy will go without a hitch? Do you think, or some problem could come up? क्या लग रहा है? I mean, because if something comes up, some accident happens, it will be damning for world cricket. Rohit Juglan.
Boryada, I think if something big will happen, then definitely you can't cover that. Cover means you can't put a cover on that. But there was all the way no one going, at least from the Indian media, to that part of the world. If there are some people who are going, I'll be definitely want to hear from them that what their reports are saying about the particular infrastructure of the stadium. Because look, what problems right now the fans are facing, or what is still going inside the inside the Gaddafi Stadium or the National Stadium in Karachi, or as far as the Rawalpindi Stadium is concerned. I have sent messages to three different individuals in Pakistan, and they all, what the answers they have given me about this whole issue is, now that today is a soft launching, so everyone is focused towards the soft launching, and we were, from yesterday we were covering that particular game. So no one, as of now, no one is telling about you that what problems are fans facing as far as these three some of the renovated stadiums are facing at this particular point of time. So if there were little bit of glitches here and there, I don't think the Pakistan media will do that particular kind of stuff, because they have been told by the BCCI administrators that, look, it's for whole of the Pakistan. If anything, any negative thing you're going to be report, then definitely it's for the whole of the Pakistan. But I'm very sure that the foreign media was traveling, people from England, Australia, New Zealand, different parts of the world, South Africa. They will definitely, if they see anything like that, like what we saw 2023 World Cup, Dharamshala outfield. There were talks in Hyderabad also, that people are opening up the chair nut and bolts, and they are throwing that here and there. So at that particular point of time, the foreign media reported many such things. But as you rightly know, that in New York, nobody from the foreign media have reported that the tournament was not a successful tournament at that particular point of time. They have you know they have written pieces on Dharamshala outfield. They haven't written anything on the Nassau County. They haven't written a particular single piece as far as the foreign media is concerned. So they are also very, do the pick and choose kind of thing, that do we have to write on this, do we have to write on that. So as far India is concerned, I really want to know, the people who are going there, will they report such incidents, be it about the infrastructure, the stadiums, the kind of, reception the fans are getting, the kind of facilities they are getting, or the kind of, discomfort they are in while they are watching a game, be it about the side screens, be it about the long queues, the toilets, the food, the water, each and everything. So yes, all depend on what the Pakistani administrators and their media will, how what's their modus operandi as far as this Champions Trophy is concerned.
Gargi, chalo, I'll give you the last word. So, will we ever get to know the reality about the Champions Trophy? The answer is no, from what Rohit, Juglan, and Devashish said are telling me, that you will not get to know. You will get a cosmetic fed narrative which will be paraded in front of the world media by people like Mohsin Naqvi and the Pakistani media, who are all dependent on the PCB. Otherwise they will be penalized or hauled up or done something to. So they will not have the courage to report the truth. Gargi Raut, will we get the ground reality at all?
I think my only hope at this point when it comes to ground reality are the fans, are other local people, or people who are not journalists at this point, because you have an ordinance promulgated by the president. So journalists cannot really do anything at this point, even if they wanted to speak up, even if they wanted to talk about the unfairness of the construction, the renovation, whatever, the disservice to fans. But it's the fans that have to bring this to light now. I think it's the responsibility of the fans as well to speak about the disservice that they're being done by the cricket board, by the PCB. And I think that's the only hope you have when it comes to finding out what is really going on when it comes to the stadiums, the renovations, and once after the Champions Trophy starts as well, it's the fans only that can bring us the reality.
We'll end here with three things. One, Pakistan Football Association, as you heard. One, Karachi Stadium, as you heard. One, Lahore Stadium. Multiple deadlines missed. You're celebrating 117 days and the miracle. Good luck to you. Hopefully you stage a good Champions Trophy, because on behalf of fans for world cricket, we don't want any accident to happen in Pakistan. We don't want the tournament to get derailed. We don't want the world to start talking about something else except the cricket. So hopefully Pakistan will be able to get its act together in the next 2 weeks and at least put on something which will be cosmetic, yes, but at least jugaad. On that note, Rohit Juglan, Naman Suri, Devashish Sen, Vaibhav Tripathi, Gargi Rao, to everyone watching, thank you very much for joining us. We will talk about Rohit Sharma at length tomorrow and also updates from the Barabati Stadium in Cuttack. Thanks for watching.